All right, we are live. See who shows up. Two strokes tonight. A couple little things I want to talk about. That PB200 blower, the customer didn't pick it up today. He forgot. So it sat in the back of my truck with the cap on it, and it got to be really hot in there. And I guess the pressure built up and it flooded everything out. So when I took the thing out of the truck tonight, gas went all over the place. So anyway, I go to start it. Of course, it's flooded because of all the pressure that was in there. It forced gas all over the place. Anyhow, I pumped and got it so all the gas was out, and I finally got started. Okay, ran it. Hey, there you are, Craig. I think you like the fork comment, huh? You could tell. I looked in the video yesterday when I was pulling because I didn't have the on-off switch on, and I looked. I said, "What a freaking stomach that guy's got! Oh my god!" I mean, even my idol Craig Timmons doesn't have a stomach like that. I said, "Oh my god, I got to work that thing off." Anyway, so I was eating like fruit and veggies today. Anyway, I don't think that'll do it. But anyway, no, two strokes, that blower I was working on. I sort of had a little Craigism here where not as bad as the pull-ons, but the guy didn't pick it up from work today, so it sat in the back of my truck, and the cap is on there, so it was like a greenhouse in there. So it got real hot. Fuel expanded, got in, flooded the engine out, whatever. So I take it out, and it feels like pouring out of it. It's crap. So I pull it, get it freed up, get it started. Okay, it was running great. But I noticed the idle was a little erratic. I know I had it set perfect the other day. I had it set perfect. So I said, what's going on? So I tilt it, and, not a lot when you tilt it. It wasn't too bad. Hey, Timmy. It wasn't too bad when you tilt it. But what I did notice was I took a little WD, and I sprayed around the flange of the carb and the manifold. And even though the gasket is in good shape, it really isn't in bad shape, I was able to stall the engine out a little bit. So I don't know if the plastic intake is warped a little bit or just this thing is not holding. And what I did to prove it too, I tightened up a little more on the carb attaching screw, and it seemed to get better. Like it didn't really want to stall, and the idle was a lot more consistent. So I'm pretty sure a new one of these will solve it. So I'll pick one up tomorrow. I think they get $3-4 for one of these things. It's the bigger gasket. You can use the other one, but I think it uses it as a heat shield. I don't know. But I'll pick one of those up tomorrow. But just a tip for everybody, and everybody knows it. When you're working on a two-stroke and your idle's that kind of wreck, spray some WD around the carb flange, the intake flange. See if it stalls out, because if it does, there's a leak somewhere, vacuum leak somewhere, and you don't want that, because vacuum leaks mean lean, and lean means blown engine. So you really don't want that. And this thing, for being 25 years old, runs great. It's just that I don't want him to, God forbid, he blows it and I get in trouble for it. So he's a good guy, work with him and all that. But stupid little gasket, over time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you could see there's the indent where the impulse port is here, and there's a little channel in the plastic block, the intake block that goes over to one of the holes that goes into the carb. So I can feel on it, it doesn't feel like it's really depressed as much, but it could be depressed where it's not getting enough impulse port. So, better off with a brand new gasket. So I'll change it out. But yeah, that was the day today. The other Skag in the backyard, I took a look at today, and I'm sort of pissed off because I put the rectifier regulator back on. I did that. Everything tested great. Put that back on. And I started up the engine. And when I hit the PTO switch, boom, it shut off. And the wires are starting to get warm. So I'm thinking something's going on. But the wires getting warm again, good connections now, everything else, are the wires coming from the stator. Now, disconnected, I put a meter on it, 26, 28 volts, everything's good. So I don't know if something's shorting inside, maybe the magnets in the flywheel or something, but something's not right. And the PTO test's okay. So I don't know. I'm sort of at wit's end with that one. The good thing is the transmission on that one is blown. Actually, I have a granite surface plate, Tim, that I use. I actually have a AA grade surface plate because, remember, I was in the machine industry. So when people throwing stuff out, I take advantage of it. So I have a granite surface plate I can use. But yeah, definitely do that. Make sure it's flat. Yeah, I just don't like handing equipment to people knowing that there might be a problem, especially someone I work with, because you see these people every day. You don't want to be known as the guy who, he's, shyster. So anyway, what else? What else? Oh, I had a customer today. that McCulloch I worked on over the weekend that I did the fuel lines and everything for. Of course, this is a guy who, he's a manager. He's big up, high, big bucks, this and that. Oh, I'll pick it up Thursday, Wednesday, Friday. And I'm like, dude, it's been in my truck since Monday. Just pick it up. I mean, okay, I'll take the $30 when you get it to me, but come on, pick it up. I hate having equipment in the back of my truck because I'm afraid someone's going to steal it. It happens. A place like where I work, people steal stuff. So even though I have a cap and all that, you got to watch, Anywho, I enjoyed Maddie's video yesterday on that MS 361 or 362, whatever it was. I sent him a copy of the service manual, which shows exactly how that linkage goes. But he's right in that it rotates. It actually goes this way. Kind of weird, but it's funny. You look at the way steel linkages are versus what the Husky is, and it's like night and day. I guess that's why the mechanics get so much money. Yeah, I see Riley's selling a lot of his. I mean, hey, John Riley saw that's you're going to a get together or something. But hey, Roy, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, John Riley saw. If anyone wants to saw for a get together, go to John Riley's site and pick up one of his because I tell you, he wins all the contests. He knows how to grind those square chisel chains, the skip chains, and he knows porting and all that. So I definitely recommend Riley for a saw if you want to win a race. That's for sure. So anyway, what else? I don't know if you missed it, Roy. We were talking about two strokes before. Where check your gaskets. I had a blower that I fixed over the weekend, and the idle was a little erratic tonight, so I sprayed some WD around the intake, and you can see. So either the intake's slightly bent or the gasket's a little worn. So I'm going to get a new gasket, and Timmy suggested, flatten out, lap off the intake to make sure it's flat because they do warp over time, and you don't want any vacuum leaks. So actually, I have an S10 pickup, Chevy S10. It's 19 years old. I've had it since new. Had a cap on the back because I used to have a dog. And people that I know, whether it be here at home or at work, if they want something fixed, they open it up. I keep it open all the time. Put their equipment in there, blower, mower, whatever, with a note. Give with a number, say fix it, give me a call. And I've been doing it for years, and I never had a problem. But you start to get a bunch of stuff in there. I don't know. Sometimes I work day shift, so it's not bad. I'm usually out of there by 4, so it's not too bad. But third shift is bad. I hear sometimes third shift. A guy had a brand new 800 steel backpack, put it in the back of his truck, open pickup truck. He came out 6 in the morning gone. So, that's a $700-800 loss. So, then you talk to the guards and where's the video? Oh, we erase it every day. What? So that's kind of stupid. Anyway. Roy, where are you from, buddy? I don't know if I've seen you on there before. I hope you subscribe. I'm looking for subscribers. Trying to get up to that 1,000 subscriber mark so I can use my phone for UK. Okay. Got a bunch from UK. That's good. You got you and you got Jocko and a bunch of them from UK, actually. Mick, if Mick's on here, he's UK. So welcome. We got some from Ireland too, if Jesse comes on. It's an open forum, Roy. If anyone wants to ask questions, right now, me, Craig, Tammy, we've known each other I've been on this thing since probably about November of last year when I discovered Matt Olson's channel, and I sort of become a little bit of a comedian on here. I josh Matt all the time, some of the other guys, but we give and take jabs, Craig and I are around the same age, so we jab, and Timmy, we just get along. We have a good time. We like working on equipment. We like having fun. And a little jab now and then doesn't hurt anybody. So what do you work on, Roy? Do you work on anything in particular? There's Mega. How you doing, buddy? And I think, Mega, you're what, down under? Because Roy's from the UK, and I'm thinking, is Mega Aussie or New Zealand? Low distribution. Yeah, I tell you, unbelievable. Don't ask Craig if he's working on McCulloch's or Poulons. Whatever happened to the Poulon, Craig? Is that done now, or is it still giving you up and down spikes? New Zealand. Okay, we got a few. Larry, I think Larry's in New Zealand as well. We got a few from New Zealand. Yeah, welcome. Thanks for chiming in. Talking about two strokes and leaks and gaskets and bent intake blocks, and you go to deliver something, and all of a sudden the idle starts going, brrr, and you're like, I hate when you start up a piece of equipment. You're getting ready to put it in your car, truck to deliver it to someone, or someone's on their way over, and then it starts running like crap. I can't stand it. I've had customers drive 30 minutes, get to my house, getting ready to pick it up. I said, I can't give it to you. And they're like, "Wow." And I said, look, I wouldn't feel comfortable. So I have to make sure it's right when I give it to you, 372. The 575, was that the eBay one, Craig? The 575, that's non-electric, right? That's regular like XP. But oh, okay. I don't even look to see who my subscribers are. I think I have 112 right now. But it's weird. It fluctuates. Last week it was 115. Now it's 112. Then I go 120. I don't know. It's weird. So people are coming and going, So, but joint live stream. I'd love to do that with Maddie. If Maddie ever wants, I'll drive up there to do a live stream to fix something or do something because I'm only an hour away from Matt, so I don't care. It's just a quick ride up the highway for me. I mean, I've been to his house once. I went up there with my tachometer to show him what his saws were tacking at. But I'd love to do a joint session. But I guess I need some more brownie points with the doctor before I'm allowed in the house. Okay, I'll take my shoes off. But that's, beside the point. I'll bring my own coffee. But anyway, that's a different story. So, yeah, Roy, it's funny. I look at UK and I see you guys over there doing stuff, and especially like the Briggs engines, they look close to what we do, but they're just a little different. One thing I love about the UK too is the old Flymo mowers that are like the hover mowers. I love those things. I'd love to get one, especially one of the older ones. It's like orange or brown. I just love those things with a nice 2-stroke engine on it, the non-auto one. Yeah, but did you find someone to weld up the mag, Craig? Because I know we've got some great welders around here. My buddy Rich, who does all my welding, he doesn't really tackle magnesium too often. And usually it's the ones that do aircraft welding, the industry that I'm in. A lot of the welders that we deal with, they deal in magnesium all the time because a lot of the components that we machine are magnesium. So sometimes we need to get repairs done. Expensive, not cheap to repair mag, but I was just wondering, just for the hell of it, that Aluma weld rod, would that work for that? You can get that on Amazon anywhere. It's cheap. It's a couple dollars a stick, the Aluma weld. And I've seen them do everything from a Coke can to a Briggs & Stratton aluminum engine block. Maybe that'll work for you. A lot cheaper than paying a welder $100 to do a little hole. You might want to try that. It's called Aluma weld. It's under various names, but you just use a propane torch, and it wicks into all kinds of openings. So that might work. Yeah, I love those Flymos, Roy. I love those things. Yeah, I mean, what the hell, Craig? Try it out. I've used it before. I've used it to restore stripped out holes. I've used it to attach ears on the side of like alternators and things. I never have a problem with it. You got to make sure it's clean. Grind down with a Dremel or something, make sure it's clean. But the Aluma weld rod, I've had great success with it. I really have. And I think I bought it on Amazon. You get like 10 sticks for $20 or something. It wasn't too bad. But like I said, propane torch, and it wicks like crazy. It really is. And it's a zinc aluminum like mix. It's more pot metal, but hey, what the hell? Save you some money. And that way, hey, use it for other things too. I've used it where I've had a lot of like porous holes and things, and I've just filled them in and filed them down. It worked great. So the Aluma weld is the one that I've used, the Aluma weld. So yeah, they're noisy. It's funny. You look at, I like 2-stroke mowers, the older Lawn Boys, the brick ones and the other old ones, where the muffler's underneath the mower. And I'm saying to myself, you're putting like fire into the grass, but it's quieter. It like really quiets it down. It's pretty cool, Actually, I had not the Snapper, but I had the Toro GTS 2-stroke mower with the I think it's an aluminum. It's an aluminum magnesium deck. Best mower they ever made. A 2-stroke GTS engine. Love that mower. Toro. It's got a big thick deck on it with a huge grass catcher. Really, really nice. And they go for good money too. The things are 30 years old and they still go for $150. I don't know about a mower handles. When you get into stress like that, where you're bending it, no, it's not really made for that. But if you're filling in a hole, like a blind hole, or if you're attaching a little bracket to the side of something, handles, I'd rather weld handles if that's the case. Get someone who's a decent welder, because a lot of shear action on that. You know what I mean? Depending on when they're broken on the bottom where the bolts go in or where the two attach. Had any luck with that? I usually look on eBay and try and find a used set of handles when I can. And it says unstable. Am I still there? The one thing that got me was probably 5 or 6 years ago. I was watching Chainsaw Guy Rich out in Oregon, the original Chainsaw Guy, and his video basically was just tips and tricks and stuff like that. And he said, first thing you do when you look at a two-stroke ignition, pull the muffler. Since I've done that, were your neighbor or something happened where it got straight, it's going to cost too much to fix. And they're sincere. And I'm saying, I don't charge them. I said, look, it took me 2 minutes to take out the screws, take out the muffler. I'm being honest with you. On a $50 Craftsman Poulan saw that the guy's not even going to use. It just doesn't make sense, So I know it's because I'm in my bedroom. I'm down the other end of the house. And I got the door shut so I don't disturb my wife and kids. So hopefully now it's not too bad. It looks like I'm about half the bars on the Wi-Fi. I'm trying to get is it back now, Craig? It's showing I got about 3 out of 5 bars. Hopefully it's still there. Yeah, we bought one. We actually bought one, but the house, the way, I'm going to go in the other room. Hold on. I'll go where the Wi-Fi is. Hold on. Because the signal's not too good. All right. There's Jessica. Say hello, Jessica.
It was talking about your brain, not about your signal.
Yeah. You hear my daughter? She's talking about your brain, not your signal. Okay. In the porch. Now, I'm next to the Wi-Fi. How's that? I'm 10 feet away from the Wi-Fi box.
And it still doesn't work.
It works. All right. Better? All right. Anyway. Yeah, so the customers come, and because of that from Rich Chainsaw Guy, the first thing I do when they say it doesn't start, you can tell. You pull a chainsaw or you pull a blower, and when you drop start, you hold the cord. If it drops of its own weight easily, there's no compression there. So sometimes I'll put a gauge on it. It's easy. Take the plug out, put a gauge, show them there's 30 pounds, and tell them it's no good. But I like to show them. You take the muffler off, you show them the scoring inside, you explain to them, and a lot of times they're happy. They like what you tell them. She bought a whole new router, and it's supposed to be 10 times more powerful. It's expensive. It wasn't cheap. But the problem is I live in a ranch, and it's 55 feet long. So between this room where I am, the porch on the side of the house, there's like 4 or 5 walls between here and my bedroom. So if I'm in my bedroom, the thing's got to go through all kinds of drywall and everything else. So hopefully, I've heard the things you take pie tins and other things, you put them over, because this one's got 2 antennas sticking up. It looks like an alien. So I don't know. I let my kids play with that. I'm done with that stuff. Anyway, yeah. So people, they like when you're honest with them. You tell them what's wrong with their units or whatever, and you just show them. Sometimes they want to spend the money, and that's fine. I don't care, but at least I'm upfront and honest. And I won't charge someone just for a little evaluation. If it takes me 5 minutes and that's the problem, I say, okay, that's it. So anyway, a lot of people dropped off. Now it says only 2 people are on here. But waiting for my kid just came home with cabbage and noodles from my mom. I love my mom's cabbage and noodles. Yeah, they say, but this one here is supposed to have built-in extending and all that stuff. I don't know. So we'll see. Oh, there's Mega. So we got, oh, Craig's still here. That's good. All right. But yeah, so like I said, hopefully I have Friday off this week. It's my Friday off week. So I got to go to the doc and do my blood again, whatever, see what's going on with my blood. But what else am I? Oh, I told everyone that Skag in the backyard, there's more to it. I put the rectifier regulator back on it. I got it running okay. It's still cutting out, and the stator wires are still getting warm. So it's got to be something in the stator itself, the rotor stator. So I'm going to tell the guy just pick it up, because I don't know at this point. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see, Craig. I mean, I've given, let me see. In the past 13 weeks, I've given 11 pints. So if anyone tells you you can only give every 6 months, they're full of beans. My doctor actually said you can give every week as long as your body is replenishing. So no big deal. There's Timmy. So yeah, it's just, I got a lot of iron, for some reason. I just want to figure out where all the iron's coming from. And iron's a good thing. It's what clots. It helps. It's a good thing as far as having it, but it's not a good thing because too much causes, high blood pressure, this, that, and the other thing. So Anyway, we'll get it squared away. What else? Still got that Cub Cadet in the driveway, the old Cub Cadet Kohler K series I want to work on, where I'm hoping it's just the valves. It's just been sitting there for a while. I haven't had time because the customer doesn't really care about it. You give it gas and just sputters and all that. So I've done the normal things, the condenser coil, stuff like that. So yeah, yep. Well, the thing was, I'd never given blood in my life before. And my father, who was a veteran, had always gave blood. Always. I mean, anytime they called, he gave. And I'm thinking he probably had the same thing I did. But the minute you give blood, the levels come down and they're perfect. They're great. Everything comes down. Blood comes down. The levels, everything's perfect after you give. So I said to the guy, I mean, do you want me to give every week? And the doctor's like, nah, we got to figure out what's going on. I was like, oh, how much is the copay every week? What? How much? So anyway, it's a scam right now. Doctor's cool. It's just that, if I have to give blood every week or two to be cool about it and get my levels good, that I'll do it. I don't care. Yeah, tell me about it, Craig. That's a good one. I like that. Let's see. What else is going on? I'm trying to think. I still have those saws I got to work on, guys. I got a lot of saws. Ever since I met Matt, I had no Huskies, and now I have 7 of them. And I really got to get working on those things. I've had 2 so far, Timmy. The one at 50, I had it at like 51, and I had one last fall at 55. So they said I had to wait like 3-4 years or something. First time, polyps, whatever, they ream me out, and then the second one was clean. So hopefully I'm clean for another 5-10 years. But no fun. The first one I had, I woke up halfway in between. Oh, not a good feeling. Feels like someone's kicking you in the nether region. Not good. So anyway, this time went smooth though, for as smooth as it could be. All right, Roy, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you staying up for me. Take care. We'll see you. Hopefully we'll see your channel soon. But yeah, definitely get it done. There's so many people with colon cancer and all the different I mean, I tell you guys too, that my regular friends here, my daughter was stricken with cancer when she was 17, and we went through that, and we know more about cancer now than we ever want to know. I mean, before she was stricken, we never cared. I mean, not cared, but we never really knew much about it. People were like, cancer, they whisper it, Now it's like, oh my God, everybody has it, And that's the fear, oh, you got to get this test, that test, this test, that. I don't know. Are the doctors pushing everything on us? I don't know, but it is good to get tested, I guess, especially, women with their mammograms and men with their colonoscopies and stuff. Get it done. Get it done. And skin cancer too. A lot of people I see with like the sun, but watch the skin cancer. Look at this. Now it says connection unstable again. I'm sitting right next to the Wi-Fi. I'm literally 10 feet from it, and it's telling me connection unstable. I think my router's unstable. I don't know. That's good, Roy and Timmy. Had a Husky, sold it and got a steel, then got another. You're all steel, Mega? I tell you, some of the older Craftsman Poulons, the magnesium and aluminum ones, I love them, especially the small ones. What was it, Craig? The number, what do they call them? The 2300, the little ones. I love those saws. They're fantastic. They're easy to work on. They're just cool saws. And then what's cool is they made them. I don't know if Pioneer made them, Poulon, whatever, but they made them in all different colors too, different brands. And then we got red ones, yellow ones, green ones, black ones, gray ones, silver ones. It's pretty cool. I may be getting a 372. One of my customers, I think he blew his. He ran it lean. He never. I told him I'll put seals in it, and I think he blew it up. So I may be getting that. I hope so. Yeah, the older ones are gray. I mean, before that they were red. A lot of the Craftsmans were red, and like a silver gray. Now it's all the plastic red and dark gray. But what I saw the other day, which was pretty cool, was, have you ever seen, Craigie, the Poulon 76 edition for the bicentennial? They actually had a red, white, and blue flag painted saw. And it was a metal saw, but it was actually painted. The bar had the stripes on it like the flag. I went on eBay the other day and I saw it. The guy wanted like $300-400 for it. NOS though, never used, but it had a little bit of surface rust on some areas because it was probably in a basement. But really cool. It was like a bicentennial version pull-on saw with like a 12-inch bar. Oh, it was really cool. But $300. I mean, for a shelf saw, I'm not gonna spend that kind of money. If it was $100, I might have done it just because it was neat. It was painted like an American flag. It was really cool. All the plastics were like white. The bar was the white and red stripes. It had the stars on by the muffler. It was pretty cool. Never seen that before. Let me see. MS2. What do you got? Mega Steel 064. I have a couple of 302s. I got a 502. I've got a couple of Pioneers. I've got my 7 Huskies. I have 4 Steels. My favorite is my 036. It's not a pro, but it's a decent saw. Buddy of mine, Echo dealer's father gave me a bunch of just stuff that they got for trade-ins. A lot of the 302s, 502s, things like that. So, and they're decent saws. It's just they're the older ones, so they don't have the chain break. So I'm a little leery, especially if you lend it to a friend or something. I don't know. I get nervous when there's no chain breaks. I was watching. Yeah, I'd love to get. What's that big one, Tim? The big pull-on. It's like 106 cubic inches or something. It's a huge one. Craig might know. It's a huge pull-on. I saw. There's a guy on there. I subscribe to him. He's a pull-on junkie. He's got tons of pull-ons. He bought one, and he's got like a 660-inch bar on it, and it runs. I mean, it looks like he's cutting down sycamore trees. I mean, it's huge. It's just a cool looking saw, and I love the old green color too. It's just the old like the 3400 anti-vibe and stuff. I like those saws. I just like them. They're nice saws. What else? I was watching. Anyone watch Iron Horse this morning? I guess he had a video come on, and I guess someone was jabbing him at Buckenstock about using Tygon fuel line. I know Rich Chainsaw Guy always says Tygon's crap, but here's the thing. Everybody uses Tygon. In fact, you look in Rich's shop on his shelf, you see 80 boxes of Tygon, but there's different grades. Hey, James, good afternoon, evening. What is it? It's evening already. All right, how you doing? There's different grades of Tygon. You go to Lowe's and Home Depot, it's like a plumbing grade Tygon. It's crap. When the gas hits it, it turns like rock hard. You want the yellow fuel rated Tygon. It's a lot more expensive, up to 50 cents to $1 a foot, depending. But it's available in tons of sizes. I usually buy a 25 or 50 foot box of it, of the 2 or 3 sizes that are most popular. You can get it on eBay, Amazon, but watch out because the Chinese are repopping cheaper line with the yellow color, and people think it's Tygon. Real Tygon will actually say Tygon on it. You'll see. Anyway, Iron Horse set the record straight today, telling this guy, I don't mind having a conversation, arguing with you about something or discussing it with you. But he told him, just keep in mind, Tygon is okay to use for impulse lines. The guy was bitching about impulse lines. But use good Tygon line, not the cheap stuff you get at Lowe's or Home Depot. That stuff's more for, a drain on your air conditioner, not for fuel. So there's different grades of Tygon, and you can tell. You go to Home Depot and you buy 10 feet for like 95 cents. It's not Tygon. Tygon's going to go for $1 a foot, depending. So anyway. Yeah, 3400s. I love those. Those are cool saws. And they run like snot. It runs like you stole it, Tim. Those things you put a good sharp chain on that thing, you'd be cutting firewood for days, Oh, this is Craig's stockpile. 3230, 51. Oh, you like those 5.7 series, Craig, huh? 32 AV, I got a 31. 29, I got a 29. I got a BG86. I got some FSs. 3, 4. A lot of steels. Wow. Is everything running, Craig? Or are the projects? I like the Zenoa because Zenoa is Shindawa. I mean, is it Shindawa? Or Red Max. Zenoa is like Red Max. Yeah, Zenoa is actually good stuff. Zenoa used to own Red Max before Electrolux Husky bought them, I believe. Because if you look at the old manuals for the Shindawas and the Red Max, they were owned by Zenoa. The Zenoa's on the catalog, so they're the ones who sold to Electrolux, I believe. But what I got to do is I got to go to either Home Depot or Lowe's and buy some more True Fuel. That stuff goes fast. that quart can, 2 machines, and you're done with the quart can. It's a little bit discounted when you buy a 6-pack, but it's still it's still a little expensive. You know, I just have to remember the saws that I don't really use, either drain it or put in the other fuel. So. Boom. Oh yeah. Green Machine. Oh god, I have a horror story about Green Machine. My buddy brought one over because Green Machine was like Weed Eater, that type of thing, and man, what a nightmare on that thing. And even when it was a handheld blower, but it looked like a toy. It looked like a Makita blower with like the electric one with the little teeny impeller on it. That's what this Green Machine thing looked like. And they had it, I think it was at Kmart, sold them. And a guy had it, and all the lines were rotted and it varnished up. And he brought it over and he begged me, "Oh, you got to fix it, got to fix it." The only thing, oh, what's going on, James? What? Come on, James, you're kidding. I got 29 here. Don't tell me that. Well, if it's her fault, that's a different story then. But hey, all it means is now you got to get the trophy wife, James. That's all. Believe me, I know a lot of guys like that. On wife number 2, wife number 3, the trophy wife. But the only problem is it costs. That's the only problem. Sorry to hear it, James. My thoughts go out to you. Yeah, 29 for me. Actually, Sunday would be 29 for me. So coming up on 30. Yeah, it's funny. You talk about that, Mega. Every time I go to the tractor shows around here, because they always have a lot of tractor shows this time of year, you see 1 or 2 girls doing pulls and stuff like that. And you say, only if I hooked up with someone like that. But the problem is, most of the time, the ones that are doing it, I don't think you'd want to turn to them in the morning and say good morning, if you know what I mean. But anyway, hey, as long, it's all about trust. If you trust and respect, as long as you have that, you have everything. I mean, that's all there is. Without trust and respect, there's nothing. So I don't want to get on a soapbox about that, but that's what it is. Yeah, there was one she had an IH puller, big tractor she's pulling, and beautiful too, good looking girl. But then when she was all done pulling, I met her partner. I was like, okay. So anyway, that's okay though. Hey, whatever, no problem. What else can we talk about tonight? I don't know if Maddie's on or. Yeah, James, that really sucks. That really does. There's that show on cable, Cheaters, and they get the guys with the cameras, hidden cameras, and all that stuff. Yeah, start working on the abs. No. You know what's the best? The best though, Tim, isn't your physicality; it's your financiality. That's what it is. Because what do they say? The best revenge is success. So, as long as you're successful and you can prove that beats physicality any day. Anywho, yep, life. That's it. Life goes on, and hopefully for you it'll be a long time, James. But especially when you work so hard all those years and build up your little empire or whatever, and then it seems to turn to crap. But anyway, let's talk something positive. Trying to think. I think we got 2 or 3 big shows coming up here in Connecticut that hopefully I can attend and meet some new people. Yeah, don't let it get to you, James. Just think positive and think about somebody new next to you. How's that? Oh, God. The over 50 crowd. There's some hot looking ones out there over 50. But who knows? Maybe you'll get a divorcee whose husband had all the money, and that way she'll buy you stuff. There you go. Oh, gosh. Yeah, hard to do. That's for sure. Anyway. It's funny, you talk about divorce and stuff, and I look back at all my friends in high school, and I'll be honest, out of probably 10 good friends of mine, half are divorced. So I guess it's the way things are. But 40 years, though, that's just that. Nah, there's no excuse for that. 40 years, come on. Talk it out, something. But like I said, if someone's cheating and doesn't want to respect you and all that, then hey, the heck with him. That's it. I'd love to have get together, Craig. You know, you're what, Ohio? That's not long of a drive. We'll meet halfway. We'll bring some saws. We'll cut some wood. We'll find someone who has a farm halfway between Connecticut and Ohio, and we'll figure it out. Or PA. Where are you? You're in Ohio, right, Craig? I think you said Ohio. Yeah. What part of Ohio? Because I've been to Dayton, I've been to Akron, I've been to Cincinnati. I've been all over there. Went to the big Kodak plant in Dayton. I think it's still there. They make printers. I've been to the Cincinnatian Hotel. A friend of mine was a chef there. Yeah, it'd definitely be cool. Hey, if there's any central location where I only have to drive a few hours to maybe 4 or 5 hours, I don't care. I'll do it. I mean, I'm in Connecticut. I'm in right next to Bridgeport and Trumbull. So, give me a 5-6 hour radius. I used to drive to East Syracuse every day for work and then drive home 5 hours up, 5 hours back. So no big deal for me. So I don't mind driving 5. I think to get to you, Craigie, is about 11 hours for me, if I'm not mistaken, to get to Ohio. I think to Zanesville, the border, is it 10 hours for me? I think it's 10 hours to get to Zanesville, where the border is. But yeah, I'd definitely love to get together, get a bunch of guys, just go out and raise some ruckus, where it's still warm. Yeah, see, the only problem is, Tim, I'm a cold weather guy. I like the colder weather. I'd rather try and keep warm than keep cold. Than keep cool. But I'm always up for a road trip, though. I told my daughters, I said, while you're young, before you get married and all, go on a road trip. Grab your friends, rent a car if you have to. If you're don't have anything dependable, just go on a road trip. Just get in the car, go and experience diners and Stuckey's down south and get a pecan roll and south of the border and all that crap. Just experience, have fun. Take Route 66. Just go have a good time. Do it while you're young. I remember, 11 hours to Bridgeport. Oh, wait, that's it? From Indy? Seriously, James? It's only 11 to Indy? My buddy just drove his motorcycle out there for the U.S. Nationals a couple weeks ago. He went from Trumbull to Indy, does it every year. He's got a, the Honda Goldwing, a brand new Goldwing. So, yeah, 11's not bad. So if we had somewhere halfway in between, what's halfway in between here and probably Western PA, like Erie, Well, here in Connecticut, where I am, you can do the whole state. North to south, you could do it in about an hour. East to west is about 2. So 11 to JFK. I hate JFK. I like Westchester Airport. That's my favorite airport. One gate. You don't have to worry about it. One parking lot, one gate, no waiting. But 90. Oh, my God. That's crazy. That is crazy. Today it got to the high 70s, but it was a little humid today. They say from tomorrow and the next 3-4 days, the high is going to be 60s and 70s. So it's going to be nice. Hopefully the humidity will cut down a little bit. But Christchurch. I know somebody in Christchurch. Who do I know in Christchurch? One of the guys who's on the forums here is from Christchurch, because he was right where that gunshot thing happened or whatever. He was right there. He was chiming in, I think, to Matty Olson's site. I forget who he is, but one of our subscribers is from Christchurch. Yeah, man, if you guys want to get together and there's a spot that we can all agree on and it's 4 or 5 hours away, hell, I'll rent something. I don't care. I'll rent a Winnebago. Have a good time. Just like that movie with Robin Williams, the vacation movie. But anywho, 100. That's crazy, Tim. That is. When do you stop cutting grass, Tim, or do you do it all year? Because we stop around Thanksgiving time here, and then we start up in like May. Yeah, that's crazy, Megan. That was such a. I don't know. Too much of that going on. Yeah, that's for sure, Craig. The heat and humidity. because I'm in facilities where I work, whenever they have tours going on, we have to drive them around in these golf carts, because of Bill, we got 2 million square feet. They always pick a day when it's 150 degrees out, and we have to wear suits. And we're sitting out there in the blazing sun in these suits just to shuttle around people. It's ridiculous. They wanted us to do it tomorrow too, but tomorrow's supposed to be pretty cool. So it's not too bad. First of the year before we can drive. Someone will pick you up, James. That's all. That's all we got to do. We'll get a accessible van and we'll throw you in the back. What is it? Cannonball Run or Gumball Rally? One of those shows where they took the ambulance. Jack Egan, the guy with the funny eyes, the cowboy. They were riding in the ambulance. Yeah, good way to sweat off the weight. I know. I look like hell in that video. Holy crap. Craig was telling me, looks like I'm doing exercise trying to pull the thing without the kill switch on. And then I looked at my gut and I was like, holy crap, what have I been eating? So, my God. Yeah, Cannonball. I love those movies, especially the outtakes at the end. Those are hilarious, but you can't talk about that now. Political correctness, can't talk about that. The original Cannonball started in Connecticut, in Connecticut. That's where it started. Brock Yates. It actually originated in Connecticut and it ended in California. So it started literally 25 minutes from where I live. That's where they all started. It's pretty cool. So I'd love to do one of those. But nowadays, all the runs, because of speed limits and people getting killed, it's all about timing. It's all about perfect timing and checkpoints and all that stuff. December. Oh, it's not too bad. December's not bad. Now, you know what? You know what it is too? And I got to stop soda. I love my Pepsi. I'm sorry. Maddie loves his Coke. I think Coke tastes like, urine, but I like my Pepsi. Now that they have it with real sugar, which is bad for you, a nice, not even freezing cold, but like a lukewarm Pepsi with like a bologna sandwich or something, just brings back my childhood, You know what? I also like Dr. Pepper. I love the black cherry Dr. Pepper. Anyone from, Texas, where they make the Dr. Pepper? I love Dr. Pepper. My father-in-law he worked for 7-Up, which Pepsi bought. So we used to get all kinds of soda. But that's what it is. You drink a soda every other day or something, you're going to pack on the pounds. It's pure sugar. Pure sugar. But I got to give that up. But I just noticed in the video, man, I look like hell. I had a stomach that was bigger than Craig Timmons. No, that's not right. That's just not right. So, we got to keep our svelte figures, Craig, but mine was too big, too much. Yep. So what else? I'm trying to think what else. I don't know what else is going on. I don't know if Maddie's going live today. Did he have anything else to do in the 362? Yeah, they're not good for you though, Tim. They really aren't. I drink a lot of water a day. They say drink about a half a gallon a day, and I do drink at least that. But then again, they say coffee's not good for you. I gotta have my coffee in the morning. I gotta have my coffee and my eggs in the morning. I do coffee and egg sandwich or something. But you were born with your good looks. Hey. One thing I can say, Craig, and I even tell my wife, I'm going to be 56 in another month or so. I still have all my hair and I'm not too bad looking. So she can't complain. You see a lot of people that we went to school with, graduated around the time we did, that look like hell. So gallon of milk. I'm lactose intolerant, James. So I buy lactose milk. I like milk, but I don't really drink it, unless, but here's the thing. I'll drink a glass of milk with a dozen donuts. That's the problem. Yeah, you drink the milk, you get the vitamin D for your teeth, but the dozen donuts are going to give you a big gut. So, I could definitely, now that you mentioned that, a big glass of ice cold milk with the Hostess chocolate covered donuts or Entenmann's. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Entenmann's. It's a bakery in New York. They make chocolate crumb donuts. You have that with a glass of milk. Oh my God. It's like 4,000 calories. It's crazy. Crazy. Wow. Oh, good for you, Tim. I wish I could do that. I'm at about 256, I think, right now. How tall are you, Timmy? I shrunk. When I was younger, I was 6'2". Now I'm about 6 foot. So I'm about 6 foot, 256. So a little intimidating for some of the guys I work with, but not too bad. It was good for playing football in high school and after that. But other than that, people had their way, we'd be eating cardboard. You know what? All the processed food we eat nowadays, I don't know what the hell's in half the food we eat, to be honest with you. 6'1", 240. Okay, so you're 1 inch taller than me, but I got 10 pounds on you. The 6'2" for Timmy. I tell you, once I hit 50, gravity kicked in. I went from 6'2" down to 6 foot. I don't know what it is, but must be my svelte gut, you know. But anywho, let's see. 40 pounds. You're there now, James, or that's what you were? But I guess being in bed a lot too when you're sick like that, that's no good for you because you don't really have a chance to exercise. 310 now. Well, health is the biggest thing. I've seen big people that are still healthy. That's the biggest thing. As long as the heart rate and everything else are good, that's the main thing. Oh boy. Yeah, being sick usually does it. That's for sure. But a lot of times I'll try and throw a lot of stuff your way to not to gain weight, but I guess to put nutrition stuff back in your system. But I guess they could do that with IVs too. All right. If nobody has anything else, I've been on for 47 minutes, so I gotta go get my load of Mom's cabbage and noodles. Get my load of that. My mother's cabbage and noodles are phenomenal. 220. Oh my God, 220. Timmy, you want to hear a funny story? When I got married, 1990, so 29 years ago, I was 6'2", and I weighed 185 pounds. Now I'm 6'0" at 256. Where the hell did it come from? You know what I mean? Crazy. Definitely crazy. Luckily, knock wood, I don't have back problems. I don't have knee or joint problems. I have my original hips and joints and all that stuff. So I can't complain, But then again, now that the nice, cool weather's coming, I'm going to do some walking. So have dinner, go for a walk, a couple miles a night. That helps out too. In fact, I'm going to have my cabbage and noodles and maybe I'll go out for a walk after that. Yeah, they say green veggies. Go for all the green veggies. That's supposed to be the best for you. All right, guys. Enough about all the health talk. James, I wish you well, pal. Hope speedy recovery. And regarding the family situation, you'll always get something better. That's for sure. I'll be rooting for you. All right, guys. That's it for me now. Like, subscribe, yada, yada, whatever you got to do. We'll see what happens. We'll see what comes in the driveway. We'll see what gets to be fixed. I'll throw some more videos up there, and we'll go from there. So we will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for coming on board, and take care, everybody. Be safe. We'll talk to you soon.